Alright, so you can't actually see because it's on my wrist / hand, but GoPro has a wrist hand thing that locks around. You can put your thumb around it to get a better grip. So I have it mounted on my wrist / the back of my hand right now, and I'm gonna go walking around. Unfortunately, my parents live kind of in civilization, so I don't have any cool Alaskan mountains down here to show you or anything, but this is my usual setup. This is how I normally roll. Not normally with a GoPro because I didn't own it until today, but got my photography camera, got my headphones on. Fun fact, a fair portion of the time I'm not even listening to music. They're more like nuclear weapons. They're a deterrent. They're, I won't say they're 99% effective, because it's not like all the time, but it's a bit higher than 90 or 95, so it's between 95 and 99% effective. They're a great deterrent to keep people from trying to like talk to you when you're out walking about, or especially on the bus. Oh, I've had so many bad experiences on the city bus back home when I would forget to bring my headphones, and just like random, like not random normal people come up and try to talk to you. It's always like the random, you know, out there people that will come up and try to start talking to you. But when you're wearing headphones, most of the time, most people are smart enough to realize that means you're either listening to music or, yeah, most people are also intelligent enough to realize that if you are wearing headphones, it probably is a signal that you don't want to be talked to. But I'll show you guys. This is the house. My parents' house, really my cat's house. She owns everything, we know that. This is where I grew up, basically. Spent the fair portion of my post-puberty life. Got the street going down there. Street going down there. Me and my friends toss footballs back and forth around here. I originally, I was born on Cape Cod, a cape up in Massachusetts you may know of. If not, you can just Google it. Because my parents were Air Force, so grew up right next to Otis Air Force Base. Lived there till I was about 12. Then we moved down here, though got to spend fair chunks of several summers abroad in other places. Twice in Germany, once in Australia. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten to go across either of the oceans for 7 or 8 years now. Hopefully that should change in 2019. As I've mentioned numerous times, I really want to go to the Paris Air Show in 2019. But we'll head out, walking around, and I'll turn this on, show you guys some stuff. And aside from the climate, hot and humid, probably one of the things I couldn't stand about this place where my parents live the most is the level of oh, there's some more. The sheer level of garbage that everyone who lives here just throws around on their sidewalks and out on their front lawns. And unfortunately, if it was just 1 or 2 pieces of glass, I would have cleaned that up back there, but the whole entire smashed beer bottle or whatever that was in front of that person's house, I don't have like proper stuff on me to clean that kind of mess up. But yeah, it's always been like that. And funny story, actually, in a place, a path that like goes through the woods a little ways away there was like a smashed up beer bottle in like glass. It was like kind of half embedded in the dirt, and I always found like new pieces of it, and it had like the same piece together markings, so I always knew like those pieces that I found over the course of like several years, they were from the same bottle. But last summer when I was here, oh look, more garbage. Last summer when I was here, I finally like found the last pieces of it and tossed it away. Oh look, even more garbage. And I finally picked up and tossed the last pieces of it. And then when I went there this break, just last week, there was a brand new smashed glass beer bottle. And it was like, it's a different kind than last time, but like, you know, a whole new scattering of pieces all over the place. So I'm half wondering if like I'm half wondering if the same person who originally smashed their beer bottle on the ground back there way back when, years ago, came back and saw that the pieces of their original bottle were like finally all gone, and they got angry, and because they wanted it to be there forever, and so they smashed a brand new one. But I'm about to head out through a secret passage through the woods. Not that passage, but a different one. Out to the field where Josh, my best friend Josh, and a lot of his friends used to play ultimate frisbee on the weekends. Yeah, this is it right here. This massive open field. Josh and a lot of his friends, more athletic people, would play ultimate frisbee here a lot. Me and Josh mostly would just, when it was just us, we would literally just like race back and forth from end to end. Flew kites sometimes. I actually really miss flying kites. Though a lot of our kite flying was done, I don't know if you can see the moon there. Oh, that's not the moon, that's glare from the sun, but the moon is there. A lot of our kite flying was actually done at a field near where we both went to middle school. There's some tennis courts there, the path that leads back to my parents' house. And in between here is like somewhat of a dog park. Now, no one picks up their trash. But here's some more, of course. Thankfully, most of the dog owners in the area by my parents do actually pick up their dog's excrement. More trash. And there's the playground over there. No one's really on it now, obviously, because it's Christmas Day, so you're not likely to see that many people out. Oh, lo and behold, more garbage. We have a spinny thing. Loved these. So fun. Absolutely loved these things. I'm not sure this is the new one or not, because there was an old one. Oh no, never mind, that's the old one over there. That one's not safe, that's not stable. This one is safe, I think. I'm not entirely positive, but I'm pretty sure it's safe. There we go. Okay, fix the grip that I have the thing mounted to. Oh look, more garbage. Even more massive garbage than last time. And people staring at me, like always, but that's nothing new. This is pretty pathetic, though. You drag stuff all the way here, and you're too lazy to take your giant boxes of garbage back home with you. Whoever brought was Nerf cannons. Oh, and there's the last thing you're going to see for this shot. More garbage. Now, one other thing I forgot that I really can't stand about down here. I don't know if you recognize what this is. It's a massive fire ant hill. These things are literally demons. They swarm, attack, sting, and bite absolutely anything. Now, thankfully, during the winter, they're pretty inactive. They're mostly huddled up deep down in there somewhere. During the spring, summer, and early autumn months, you kick one of those things or accidentally step on it, they come swarming out in the hundreds, even the thousands. And they can send people to hospitals, even if you're not allergic. If enough of them just like swarm over you and sting you repeatedly, they can actually get you taken away in an ambulance. And some of you may know, if any of you live in the southern states, where my parents do, you may know they're not even really native. They're actually an invasive species. They came in a while ago on ships unintentionally. They were unintentionally brought over on ships way back in the middle of the last century or so. A lot of them came in the 50s or 60s. Some people say that some started showing up earlier in like the 30s and 40s, but we can't really be sure anymore. All that anyone's really sure of now is that they're here. Thankfully, though, not in Alaska. This here, don't mind the noise in the background, that's my parents' backyard neighbor mowing on his big riding lawnmower. This here is the start of a pine tree that I believe has sprouted from one of the numerous attempts I made at planting years ago. I believe back in, I'm not sure, I think it was in 11th grade, so 8 years ago. Yeah, it's been a long time. Now this thing that's getting buried here, slowly reclaimed by nature, it's a big old concrete slab right there. Used to be a basketball hoop that me and Josh and the numerous exchange students that lived with us over the years come out there, obviously just shoot hoops mindlessly. Wouldn't really play necessarily, but we got rid of the basketball hoop a long time ago. This here used to be a tall pine tree, like all these around it. Unfortunately, it had to be felled because it was dead inside, apparently, and it was in danger of falling over, most likely in the direction of the house. So we took it down, and I tallied up the rings, and it's a little over, or it was a little over 70 years old when it was taken down, around my first or second year in college. I don't remember which. So it probably sprouted out of the ground close to 80 years ago now, but it was about a little over 70, like 72 or 73 apparently, when, according to the readings at least, when we took it down. Well, I think that is going to be it for this first set of GoPro experiments. Now, for once, after each of these footage sets, I will actually end this one without you guys having to see yet more garbage that I picked up around the neighborhood. So, I'll catch you all in the next video.